Okay, so October 12th, Tuesday, and I'm doing a small market analysis. So for people who want to understand what's happening or try to. So this is Bitcoin. We have been quite bullish lately, and we are reaching one of the tops, big resistance now on these levels. And let's see if we manage to break the all-time highs above 64K, 60 to 64K, or if we just break down from here and we do a lower high, and but it's still mid of the month, so we need to check the end of the month. So we are in a very important level now because will be resistance, this candle and this little wick over there. So let's see if we close above. If we close above here, we can go there and even higher. And if we manage to pass the whole time high, we can push very high. Nobody knows until when. Of course, there's indicators and trend lines that will give you targets, but in the end, nobody knows. Just a guess. What matters is buying on supports, taking profits or selling on resistance, making money and not losing money, especially not losing money in these targets because these markets are all based on market sentiment, greed, fear, extreme fear. For instance, now on crypto, we are on greed and we can still go to extreme greed. Last month, we were on fear. Okay? And the stock market at this moment, it's the opposite. We are on fear and we can go to extreme fear. And we have been the last month from 1 year ago to last month, we have been extreme fears to fear. So is it a buy opportunity or it's the start of the end? It's all about risk management. So back to Bitcoin. So remember, we will see how this candle close. And now I will just, because I have all these lines, I will draw everything from scratch because it's also good to reanalyze everything so you know where you are on the market. And yeah, so I will delete everything. So this is the Bitcoin chart on the log scale. Remember, it's made of market cycles. This is one cycle. This is another cycle. And now this is not a cycle. This is the middle of the cycle. And now we reach to this top. And let's see if we break to an all-time high like we did here and we still have another leg up, or we are already in a top and we start to roll over. And even when we go to the bottoms, we push, but we don't make a all-time high and we roll even a bit more down. And yeah, so it's all about support, resistance, and risk management. Remember, Bitcoin normally on this RSI indicator, which is quite important, that it's one of the most important ones, for me, the most one. Bitcoin normally has two peaks, one peak, two peaks. With this one, we don't know if we is going up and do another peak like here. Like this, it's already impossible to do the same because we already broke down quite hard. And even here, we broke more hard than this. So for me, I don't know if we reached there, but it's not what I think. It's what the price will tell me and the candles here. So you need to understand how to read these candles, how they work. This is a monthly chart. So we are facing resistance also here on the RSI because the RSI is made of three lines. 30, it's like oversold and below. This is the neutral area on the 50. Above the 50s, the market is still positive. Below 50 is negative. And 70, it's like overbought. And if we go to these higher levels, is extremely overbought and we will have to correct sometime in the future and crash. So basically, it will tell you that you buy and it's all a matter of patience. Even if you have to wait 4 years, 10 years, 15 years, for an investor, you will buy here on Bitcoin, which is, as you see, it's the bottoms are here on the 43, but we can even go lower in the future, nobody knows, because we came down stronger like here, and we don't know in the future if this will be the 43, 44 will be an investment area, but you can start leaving bids as an investor from here below. Okay, so only with and taking profits on the tops. So when we reach these areas on Bitcoin, the extreme greed, everything overbought, so it's when you take profits or sell and then wait again. Okay, so Bitcoin has been one of the best charts everywhere because always going up, even with big crashes, we always recover. So I'm still extremely bullish on Bitcoin, but when we reach these levels, after reaching this one, this is time to take profits as an investor. Even if we go higher, you can take a bit more profits and then buy low. Nobody knows where is the top. Nobody knows where is the bottom, but it's all about reading the candles and always have money, cash on the table if we come lower to lower targets. But we have this moving average to help you out, these lines here, and you see if the candles close above them to try to push higher, or if they close below to push lower. And then you see where they close, and then you can use your risk management and place your bids with defined levels to see if the market is also coming with bull volume, like buyers stepping in. If it's all red, it's not good because it's the sellers stepping in. So after a while, you learn how to work with the volume and candles and candlestick and patterns. But if you want to keep it simple, just buy above the lines and have stop losses below, or leave small bids if you're an investor above the lines. If it comes down, you buy a little bit more on the areas on the RSI, and if it even comes down, you buy a little bit more, and you don't sell for 10 years, 5 years, long term if you're an investor, if you believe on an asset. Okay, because it's all risky because markets are based on market sentiment, but in the end, even if it crashes, it always recovers until proven otherwise. So for now, Bitcoin has been really bullish, even with big crashes, big volatility, and that's the good. That's amazing to trade and also to make money. So this is where we are. As I said, we are facing big resistance now. Actually, I'm shorting the market from this point, and I have 3 more bids a little bit above, with a stop loss quite defined around the 60K area. And if we go higher, there's no problem for me because my risk is defined. And if we go down like we are going down now, I can take profits and put my stop loss on break even, and then I already making money. So it's all about risk management and not being greedy and adjust your stop loss. So because we can still go higher, that's why I have 3 bids a bit above this area, and I will just adjust it and use my risk management. Okay, because we can still go higher, of course. So looking at the chart at the moment, just quite simple from where we were. We hold this area here when we had the big breakdown from 64 and 60. Suddenly we got this candle, we closed here, went up, and we closed there above this support here. Only looking at the candles on the monthly, which are very important areas. All these candle closes on the way up and the way down. So if we look at this, what happened here, we had this candle and this candle. So we came here to the middle of this one and we closed above this one. So this is a support that you can draw here. And then I will delete everything, so you understand. And then we closed above here. We have this resistance here. Then it's all about supports, resistance. This is a resistance. And we have this one too there. But for now, so when we crashed, we were in this range. We tried to go up. We closed here. when we open, we came down and we came to test this support. Sorry, this one. So we had this support. So we touch it and the buyers start to step in here. Next month, although we were red, the buyers start to step in here, defending this support here. And we closed here like an indecision because we tried to go up. We didn't pass this wick over here, which was resistance. We also had that one over there, which we'll see later. And then we got into this decision. We closed here. Then we came down again and we touched the support once again and we closed again higher above this one, which was resistance, but we turned green. We were still below now resistance, this candle close, and now this candle close also was resistance that turned into support. Okay, so this is the lines that we draw. When we close here, we still close below this resistance on the top, and really on the line. So the next candle, because we were still facing resistance, we came down below, and this candle here and this candle that was resistance now turned into support, and when we touch it mathematically here, the price came here and start to go up again, and we closed higher, already above this resistance from this candle close. So this was we have the low here, we made a higher low, and then we closed above already this resistance, which turned into support, but we came down, we hold this area, and this was an indecision candle. Even me, I thought we were breaking down, but suddenly we hold this line here, we closed above this support, and we got into indecision. So we created a resistance here as well. And the next month, we just hold the support of this candle here, as we see here, and we broke bullish. Okay, so this is where we are. And now resistance, we have that wick over there, and where we are now rejecting, which is, let's see if I manage to put the line here. I don't know if, because I think it's there. So this is where we are now, which this candle close here. So we are in the resistance now. Where are the supports? So we have the low, higher low here. We have the candle close on the monthly. We can, of course, close above here and try to push higher. But after we will be looking for a higher low again. So the stop losses, people who were here with the stop loss, then they moved here, then they moved here, and now they have the stop losses here to make a trailing stop loss and not losing money, and they will take profits on the way up. So even if the market crashes, they are already in profit or with the risk management well defined. Okay? And then now we are here. And now supports on the monthly will be very easy. This candle close, which also is this week. So this one I will put on yellow. These are the supports that we cannot break down. If we break down from here, it will be very tricky to keep the bullish momentum. And then, of course, we have two more supports, this one and this one. Okay? So this will be support, but those are the strong ones, but I can put these ones. Maybe I'll put like this and another one because they are not that strong, but they can work. So, but the yellow line is the line in the sand that if we close below, we will come to these low areas here, and then maybe we reach to the top of Bitcoin, and then the bulls need to prove again that we can push higher, or we break down. Okay, but for now everything is bullish. The market is bullish because the market is bullish if we are above this moving average is the 12 here, 21 and 20. As long as we are above, it's a bull market on the monthly, and all the other time frames are in a bull market as well. Okay, so the monthly is the most important. So, and if you understand just horizontals like this, making support resistance on the monthly, and when remember it's from greed to fear. On fear, you see the market was on fear here, and if you see the price reacting on the low time frames to these areas, you will see that if you'll see the bull volume coming and the patterns coming on the low time frames. Okay, so and then if we go to the weekly, and this is just this range that I'm showing. We can go to the, if we break down, of course we have the lower areas which I explained on the other videos, and I'm still waiting for, as an investor, to go there. So let's wait for the website for TradingView to load, because it seems like it stopped at the moment. So let's wait a little bit. Okay, it's loading. So the price is trying to hold. So this is where we are at the moment. And now looking at the weekly, all these lines were drawn on the monthly, and then you can draw on the weekly. So we closed below this one. We are still close below this resistance. So let's see if the week we close above here to try to push higher, or if we break down. Okay, so I'm not doing any trend lines for now, like, but so look at what the price did. Support here tested, going up. Yellow line support here already tested on the weekly, but on the monthly we still didn't test it. Okay, but as you see here, we close above the yellow line here, and the next candle we come to test the yellow line, which is the monthly support, and we broke bull. So everything is quite precise if you understand how to read candles on the monthly, weekly, and the low time frames, daily and below. Okay, so this is the range that we are, and now we are on the top of the range to see if we break higher or if we break bearish. But the bulls are taking control, and FOMO is starting, and greed is starting. We are already on greed, and we can go to extreme greed. Okay, so supports, you buy on supports, you take profits or sell on resistance. And you see that even on the weekly, all this area that you can see from the past, that the buying wicks here and holding here, which is this week here. When we came down, we always closed above and we didn't break down. And then you see that this candle pushed higher, this candle pushed higher, so low, higher low, higher low. And now we are trying to find another higher low on the monthly and on the weekly and on the daily. Okay, and then, and look at the bull volume coming here. Remember, on the weekly, if you're an investor, you buy on the 30 area. Like on these lower areas, 30 here. If we go to the past, 30 or below 30, even below 30. So it's all a patience game that you have to wait. If you're an investor, if you're a trader and swing trader, many chances to make good money, but you need to know how to learn technical analysis and how to read candles, price action, because everything you see on the news is a reaction of what the price did before. Okay? And if everything is bullish and positive on the news, it's time to take profits. So when you see greed, extreme greed, it's time to take profits. Okay? Here we were on fear and everyone was calling already lower areas, even myself. But when I saw this happening, especially here, that we were holding, and I used the monthly as a basis, this was the time to get more bullish. Easy stop losses, very easy risk management, and even if it goes below, you almost don't lose money if you take profits, or you even make money. Okay, so it's all about ranges and areas. We are in this big range now, facing a big resistance here and a little bit above. On the weekly, you can draw a trend line. Let me try to see if I can explain this. This area, this top with that top over there, I will put this on yellow to be more easy. And now I go to the daily, and we are already above and already trying to hold the support. Okay, so that's why the price is ranging here. Let's see if we break down or try to close above. So let's see. We had this week on Bitstamp touching one of the supports. So if you're a trader, you buy on these moving averages on supports. We already came, we hold this support and we broke bull. We are trying to hold here to try to close above here tomorrow. If we don't close, we might roll down to test the supports again, and the bulls will need to defend this area. This is the monthly I explained, and we have still all these areas for buyers to step in, but this will be support, this will be support, this will be support, this will be support, this will be support. Nobody knows where it comes, but if we come down here, I'm sure we will break down. So we need to hold at least this area here, or at least this one, and on the monthly, this one, 47. Okay, or even here, 43 to 47. Okay, so let's see what we do now. Remember here, I was expecting from here to come down, but suddenly, remember, this was the low here, and we had this buying week, and every time we went there, we do a lower high. So the moving average is, if we take this one out, every time we go above these lines, they were pushing the price down, but when we came down here with two red candles, we still close above this support. As you see, it's a straight line of support that we hold, and people with stop losses here also hold. Suddenly closed, and we have these moving averages with is the 100, and we hold the 100 here as well, and we start to see the bull volume coming. Suddenly we were already here, hold this support. This is a bull flag. We hold the moving average and push higher. We came on Bitstamp to touch this support, closed above, support here on this range, and now we are trying to see what we do. If we break down to test supports, or if we hold this area here or here. So let's see how we close. Today is an important day, because let's see if we keep on pushing higher, or if we just range here and we start to roll down to try to find some supports, try to push higher, or this will be kind of the top of Bitcoin. I don't think so, because if everyone starts to short here, the price will come to liquidate them. Only when the price liquidates everyone, it will roll down. Okay, so we can be ranging here for a while on this area now. Remember, also on the daily, we are already overbought, but we can still come higher on the daily, so we can come to the higher level, so it's still possible we range a little bit more, but resistance is here. We are in a big resistance area. Let's see if we close the day above 59.5 or 6, and it's still possible that we range here. If the supports hold on this area, the price can still close tomorrow over there. Okay, let's see. As long as this holds, people have the stop losses here. The traders, they move from here, then to here, and now they have the stop loss on this area. Okay, so big volatility will come soon. Let's see if it's up or a bit more up and then down. Okay, and you see that here, when everyone was bullish, we just did higher lows and hold important line, very easy here, and then we broke bull. Okay, here we had this resistance, we closed, but we did a bull flag here, this turn into support, so this range here turn into support, we hold the support and we broke bull. Now we have this range here and here. Let's see if this holds. Try to keep on going bull. Other traders are putting the stop losses here and here and taking profits on the way up and buying this support. If it goes down, they get out and they will buy lower. Okay? So remember on the daily, when we were here on fear, we were quite oversold here, and then suddenly we bounced and we bounced again. Okay, and we always closed above except this area, but we didn't ever close below this one here. We broke bull, we went above the moving average, and we broke bull again. So easy to spot. We could have even bought here above the moving average. See, holding, holding, holding. We break down, and now we are holding again the white line on the daily. So you buy above the lines, you take profits on the way up, and you rebuy again. If it goes down, and that's very easy for risk management. Okay, so remember this is based on emotions. When you are here, you are very afraid that it goes lower because you see all the markets saying that it's going lower. But then if you use indicators, that they can help you as well. So I have the RSI, of course. I know the areas, but I've been doing this since the last 5 years daily. So I know very well what the price is doing because it's 5 years of practice and I'm still learning. So, but it takes a lot. But if you just understand that you buy above the lines, use risk management, and take profits and don't be greedy on the way up, you normally make money. And it's very hard to lose if you're not caught. But even if you have risk management, you normally lose 1%, half percent, 3% of each trade. And you need to make many bad trades. If you use 1% of risk management for L or 2%, you need to lose 50 or 100 trades in a row to lose your money. So, and then depends on position sizing as well. So you'll be profitable if you're not greedy, and if you take profits and you understand what the price is telling you. Okay, but if you use indicators, for instance, you have the moving averages, the RSI, but you can just use, imagine, super trend, and you could have bought here, you could have bought here, you could have sold here and bought again, you could have sold here, bought here, and normally you could have bought here and write everything. So even like with these indicators, if you don't understand anything, they can help you. And this line will give you the ATR stop loss. So your stop loss will be here and you take profits on the way up. So you can use it on the daily, 2 hours. See, gave you the buy here. And you will rent all the way up without selling or taking profits, and you make all this profit. Okay, so even only with this one, so only just using the super trend, all the time frames. See, buy here, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, and now no sell. And we are already closing above the stop loss of the sell. So we are passing supports, passing resistance, and turning into supports with the RSI, with the super trend. Okay. There's many others, as you can see, that you can use. You need to learn. This one will give you the bottoms and the tops of Bitcoin. We are in the middle of the range to see if we pass to try to make another peak, or if we don't hold and we come below to the middle of the range. I just use this from time to time. It's not something that I really, but to give you targets, if we go higher to the top in this cycle, it's 130k Bitcoin. And we have also other areas on the Fibonacci's as targets using this indicator. Okay, many others that gave you the tops. This gave you the top of Bitcoin, pi cycle top, top. Now we can have two tops, or we are already in the top and we break down. So let's see if it's the cycle with one top or with two tops. Okay, so now I will clean this again. So we are in this range from here to the 60k, 58, 60k ranging. If we break bull, this will turn into support, and we can keep on going higher until we break down. Okay, supports are here for big crashes. This is where an investor will buy on these lines or even below them. So remember, for now, the base of Bitcoin is the 3K. Then we touch more or less the 4K. 5K is on the line for a possible big crash, or even you don't need to get the base, you just need to buy above the lines. If the price holds on the weekly and on the monthly above the lines, you understand that then the bulls will try to push the price higher. That's where you invest. If it comes below, you need always to have more cash on the table if it comes down, because if we have big crashes, this will be an opportunity that we will have, and then if you don't get it, you can have to wait years again to get these opportunities. Remember, I bought Bitcoin here, I bought Bitcoin here, I posted about it, nobody spoke with me, everyone wanted to buy when we were here on the top, and then they lose money, and now actually they were lucky and they can recover their money, and hopefully that people who are losing money now, they can control your risk, because we can crash again or you can go higher, but you know that at least you have a chance not to lose your money, and use your risk management now. And don't be greedy that thinking that we go to 1,300,000. We can go, but if we go down, at least use stop losses and don't be caught in a trap if it happens. So nobody knows. So you have a chance now to not lose money. If in case you didn't sell here on the bottom and suddenly the price went up, and then you lost the money. Okay? So it's all about that. Understand what is investment, what is swing trading and trading. Okay? So, okay, so this is where we are. Remember, I did many lines, and I do. So what I'm seeing for the future, I'm seeing this area, or this area here. It can be here or here, that we broke bull from here and we never come to test as support. So this is an area I see in terms of perpendicular lines. Remember this one here, we turned into support and we make the bull run, because this was resistance, resistance, resistance. When we broke above, we come down, tested as support for 2 months, and we broke and we created the bull run. Okay? So this is what you need to understand. That one was already tested as support on the bull run, and now we can use here or here as support for the future. I will leave this one here for now. So remember, this is support. This one was already on the weekly, was support here. you see that we created this support, touch, touch, and we broke down, we touched it and broke higher. So this is very mathematical, and it's about probabilities, and you understand that it's very algorithmic, and the price will react to these lines, especially on the monthly, on the weekly, and you need to be prepared when the price reaches those areas, what they do, okay? So I have this line waiting for something like this in the future, even if we go higher, and let's see. If we come down, it's even another opportunity, and then we have this trend line here, and we don't know if something happened, and we can even come to this one that we never tested as support. I don't believe at this moment, but it's not what I believe. It's what the price will tell me, and if we come here, I will buy for sure. If I come here and the price hold as support, I will buy. So these are investment areas. If you believe on an asset, remember, if we go down, all the news will be very bad, and it's when you invest, when you look at indicators and they are telling you it's time to buy, and the price will tell you it's time to buy. So we have all these moving average for the future for a crash, and let's see. For now, we are pushing higher, and we are below resistance. Okay? Remember, I also show you that with this stop, I use this area. First time I saw after this big move up, selling wicks. So okay, I made this line, and then we close. We came down. We closed above that one, so we were going up again because we closed above this one. I'll put another bit more brighter. Okay. These are all made on the monthly. And then when we reach to that one, here with that little wick, I created this trend line. And then, wait, I already explained this in the past. I use a lot the monthly, so it's all about patience. I made this trend line, and this candle and this candle never managed to close above. Suddenly we got red. After all, green, 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 green. We have to come down to test supports and break down. And then we got the first red one. We never managed to pass the area we are trying to working as resistance now. If we look, it's quite precise. See, it's this candle here. So, and the resistance will be that weak as well. So this will be resistance here. This one. And this one here, which I draw before, but I put again. This is what we are testing now. Let's see how the month closes. If we close above that one, we can push higher. And that's it. And we can have higher targets. We can draw trend lines from this top with that little top over there, and can be a higher target. So let's see. For now, we are above this trend line. This will be support. And of course, what I explained in the beginning of the video, which is this area for the monthly, to keep the bullish momentum, we need to hold basically very easy this one here. This is what we need to hold. Otherwise, we can come down, and then let's see if we have enough strength to go higher. Support, and this trend line will be support on the monthly. So remember, if we come down, we will test it. Okay? We have another trend line that you could draw from this top with this one, and this will act as support as well on the monthly. I don't know if I draw it well, but might be touching it. Okay, so this is what we have. The rest I already explained. If we come down below to these areas, be prepared because it will be an investment area. If we crash down, if we hold here and we see buying wicks on this area, basically because and we range and we don't break down from here, you can use your stop loss, but you need to see green candles and on the low time frames buying the dip. But if we come down here, I think this will be the top after, and then we break down, okay? But you can make money from here to there, and it's quite good profits as well. So not as an investor, but as a trader and swing trader, Because investment, as I said, you buy on the RSI on the low areas and not on the top, even if you have to wait many years, okay? And this is how you may create wealth. It's about patience and understanding markets. Okay, so leaving a bit Bitcoin now, which we are in grid at the moment. Let's see SPY and SPY futures. Remember, look at what I explained. We were after the COVID crash, which we bounced from one of the lines exactly. So you see, when you start seeing everything red, the price came to this moving average on the monthly. Big buying week. We came down a little bit when we close. Hold here, which will be on the weekly, the supports on the weekly. And we broke bull. And when we closed above these moving averages, we made bull run non-stop until now. This is the first candle like this one, but this is a bearish engulfing after a big move. Resistance, now this is very easy to understand. After this one, we are trying to come to test the supports here, here, and here to see if we hold like here and here, and then we keep on coming up. If we have a close below, we can come down. If we come here or here, we broke bull, but we don't pass the top or this one that we find resistance now. So we are still green, but let's see if we manage to close above this one. So I'll draw this line. I mean, it's already drawn. Okay, so that's resistance, now the all-time high. Resistance, support here, this candle. So we are in this range. If we close the months below, we will break down. So we are in this range here. Let's see if we start to close above the yellow line, but if the seller starts to push the price down, we will come to these areas, okay? But we are on fear, so let's see if the bulls defend or not. So as we see, we are in this range. After breaking down from that pattern, which is an ascending wedge, which is a bearish pattern, we broke bear, we tested as resistance, and we broke down again. We are trying to range here, but remember, this is resistance. Let's see, these 2 days are very important to see if the white line holds as support, the 12 is pushing down, the white one and the 20 here are working as support. And let's see. So big indecision, but look at the indicators. If you're an investor, you wait. If you're a trader, you can still make money. And stop losses are here. People who bought are using this stop loss or below this candle, but we are finding wicks here. Okay, so this is the range. Very easy for risk management, for trading. Weekly, and then we go to the daily. See, we are breaking bear. Let's see if we hold here tomorrow with a short squeeze, or if we come to test the bottom again, then you can create a trend line just to help on risk management. You can do this trend line with these 2 tops. Let's see if this area, because we are trying to find a higher low, compare with this range here for the bulls trying to push higher. And we are coming down. We are trying to find a higher low, which can be in this candle, this bottom here, to see if we start to close above the yellow to push higher. But if we don't pass this area and we range here and we break below this yellow line, we will come here or here, okay? So this is how you play this game with the monthly, weekly, and then you understand what the price is telling you with all these trend lines that you can draw, moving averages. So you buy on supports, you take profits and sell on resistance, okay? And basically that's it. So Nasdaq. So big selling week, we came to test the all-time high. Look at this, but selling weak, and we are already here. Let's see if we hold this trend line here as support and the moving average to push higher again, or we start to roll down. If we start closing below this trend line with big red candles, can be tricky, and we will maybe, if this doesn't hold, we will come down here, 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 or even lower. So let's see, because we have this trend line also quite precise, and now we have this one and we rejected from it, which comes from the past, as you see here, this one. Okay, put on yellow so you understand. Top here, top, 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 top again, and let's see if we break up, we close above to push higher. If we don't pass, that's where you take profits as a trader or as an investor, and then you wait. If you're a trader, you take profits there and you try to buy on supports and use risk management. Okay, so that's it. QQQ, tech sector below moving average, still above this support, trying to find a higher low to push higher, but we already below this range here. Moving average, let's see if this holds, and this trend line from here. If not, we will come down to test lower areas. Okay, we already bounced from RSI, so we can still push a little bit higher, but let's see what these next 2 days are very important for the stock market. Resistance, trying to find support. We didn't pass this trend line. If we close above here, we can push higher. For now, we are trying to find a higher low compared with this double bottom here. If we don't hold, we will come down here, we make a lower low. Compared with this area, we can push higher, but then we are only looking for a lower high to try to push lower. Okay? But we can still have a bounce, but let's see. Gold. Still finding resistance, but squeezing. I'll take this one now. So we are trying to hold this trend line here. See, very mathematically, low, went up, come down, found the higher low with this little wick, and then if you bought with 1 point, 2 points on the third point here, if you bought it here, you got the bull move and your stop loss will be here. So if you understand patterns, now we are a big selling wick there, and we are ranging inside this triangle to see if we break bear or if we break bull. From that one, we tried one time, we came down, resistance, bears attack here on this trend line, push down, try to go up, back down to this triangle, and we are inside this range now, trying to get this low, higher low, but let's see if we break down from here or if we hold. On gold, this is what I'm seeing, and gold is the same. We came to all-time high, reject, reject. We never managed to pass here, and now we are not passing. We are still red, still above the moving average, trying to do a low, higher low to see if this holds and push higher from here. If we don't hold, maybe we will come here, here, or even here. Nobody knows, but remember, we came to all-time high. We are ranging still positive, above 50 on the monthly, so we can still come here, who knows, and hold and try to push higher. If not, remember, if you're an investor, you wait for the 30s and below, or a little bit above 30. As an investor, you take profits on the tops. Okay, so you can draw trend lines. They are quite mathematical on gold as well. If you draw the trend lines and the supports and resistance from previous areas, and you understand where are the areas as supports, support, support, very easy, support, okay? You can use also the previous top. That is one we tested as support here, from here, okay? So that's it. And this is what's happening on the market. Just a bit of Apple. So let's see if we manage to go to all-time high or we come down here, and from here, let's see. As long as we close above, this is where you buy on these moving averages, you take profits. Closes below, it's tricky, and we can come down. Remember, Apple is one of the best stocks as you look, if you look at this, always going up, even on COVID crash, nothing. Super strong because tech is being super strong at the moment. Let's see, these are the supports if we have a crash. This one was tested here when we broke down. So we have many areas. This looks like an area to buy if we have a market crash, but we have all these moving average and we can even come below, because if we stay below this moving average here, the fast ones, they will act as resistance. Okay, Tesla, let's see what we do. Still green. Let's see if we manage to pass the top resistance here. We are facing the resistance now, resistance and resistance. But see the moving average, buyers buying here, but then we can have a blow off top and then big breakdown and support, support. If we break down from this one here or this one here, remember we have big volatility and we can come down to this area, to this, to this, to this, to this. Nobody knows the future. So Tesla is overly evaluated compared with its profits. So let's see what we do in the future. BABA, after a big breakdown, see how technical analysis is very easy. If you do trend lines that to price all these years on the monthly, as soon as we break down here on this one, it turn into resistance. We broke bear, so very easy. So if you understand how markets work, and then we have this top with this support here. We bounced now mathematically from here, but we can come still down to this area. So, but this was a buying area, just using this trend line here, very strong, big bounce, but now we are facing already resistance. Let's see if we come down here to these moving averages, and very easy for risk management and areas to take profits. On the way up, this will be resistance, resistance, and this trend line. And then you can also draw one from the top. See, we gave also the short here. We didn't need to get short there. When we hold above the moving average, we went up. We didn't pass the trend line. We have two dots over there, act as resistance. Also this area work as resistance, and we broke bear. And this one was also the confirmation from the long time trend line. We are holding here. Let's see if we pass this one, start breaking up. But if you're an investor, this will be a buy area, but remember, we can still come below. In the future, if all the stock market crash and China cracking down everything, this can be just a nice bounce, and then we can roll over to these areas or even below. Okay? So, but as you see, very easy with the moving average, trend lines, and yeah. Okay. So uranium. So you look at what's happening. Uranium broken bull again. Very easy. This you didn't need to get the bottom here. When you see this big red green candle holding this support that was resistance before, also the trend line, big bull move. That's when you look at the buyers finally stepping in from a big downtrend, consolidation, capitulation, recover, holding, big bull move. Okay, I was looking for this also when Bitcoin was crashing all this time. 2017, many people were looking at this, and then when we broke bull here, up, look at the volume coming. Silver, not looking good. Seems like we want to test this, but if it is holds, we can push higher, but seems like we want to test these areas. Also the trend lines, you have this one with this one for the future bounce, possible breakdown. We are still on the positive area on silver because we are still right, I think above 50 seems like. So still okay. This is support. We are trying to hold this support. If we break down, we have this support here, very easy to understand, and this trend line too. Okay, also this trend line that we hold it here, this can act as support. So it's fine. Copper broke bear from this, so we are below resistance now after a big move from the moving average, as you see. Support from the past, very precise. Look at this top, created this support here for the big move up. We closed down, look at when we broke down, all the support, this line, big move up, see the range, resistance, come down. We didn't touch it this time, but we closed above the moving average. Bull volume coming and broke up, all-time high, and now we are already below this. Only when we start closing above, we can come to this area or higher. While we were here, we can now come down, and we are in this range. Any closes below this trend line, we can come down, go up. This will be resistance, and suddenly we can come here or lower. Okay, but the prices are going big time. Copper, all minerals, lumber. Look at the bull move from the lows, and now rejection of the moving average, trying to find support. And now let's see if we hold here, 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 many places. We should have a bounce maybe soon, but remember the RSI as well. So let's see what we do. Big bounces, big moves, big volatility on lumber, but look at the price, the trend lines. Here we broke down 1.2 points. These green lines should be a good, should give a good bounce on this one and this trend line. So I'm seeing this area here for a bounce. Let's see what we do. Uh, 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 uh. Deutsche Bank, look at the price down. We came here to this one, but remember we have all these lines coming, so we made this trend line, and we were down here. Look what happened with the trend line and that one. Descending wedge, dot with a dot, support. We hold this one. See the bull volume coming when we close above here. Up, bear bull flag, close above, support, and now we are there trying to go there. And this is what I'm seeing as resistance. And then if we close above, we can push higher. And let's see. Seems still bullish, going up and doing support is here. If we hold the moving average, we can still come here. On the Deutsche Bank, after all these years coming down, see all technicals, everything playing out. So see how it works. Okay, let's look at Doge. See, we are already down here after the big bull move. All the high, people still buying, but sooner or later we will come down to these areas here, like always, and the price will fade down. Look at this. Doge, now the hype is on Shiba. Shiba, after a while, will start to do something like this, and we will come down to the base. This is where you buy on Bitcoin, with Bitcoin pairing Dogecoin, And after a few years, Elon Musk will come and say Doge, and it will pump again. Every time happened like with him. This one was huge because of all the crypto hysteria and hype, but it was always the same since the beginning. Look, pump, come down after a few years, pump, come down after a years, pump, down, back to the basics. Now that we have all this hype, I don't know if we come to this one. Maybe we hold a bit higher. Remember support, support. But if we range for a few years with holding the support without coming down, after a while, Elon Musk will come and say Doge and price will pump. So this is where you make money on Doge. And yeah, let's see what's happening. SHIB will be the same. So remember all this hype. Now it's with SHIB. You can make good money. It was very easy, this trade. Look at what happened. And when you look at this, so easy. I drawn this. This is what I draw on the monthly. We hold it all the time, this and this area. This is the yellow one that for me it's the tricky. If we close below, we go down, but we never close below this one. Then we have support, support. Remember, we hold the support, low, higher low. Boom, big bull move. So you didn't even need to come and get the first part. You could get the second one here. And now support will be here. Resistance, resistance. So we can, if this will keep on being resistance, it's already coming down. If we hold above here, we go higher. If we keep on rejecting this trend line, we will start fading, have big bounces on the way up until something like Doge will happen and we come back down to the base. Maybe the next base will be here or we come down. We will see, the price will tell you. Okay? But if we look at the moving averages, even without all these lines that I draw, and we have a double top here. So this is bearish. So support, 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 support. Big volatility. Let's see if it does bear flags, bull flags. But if you're an investor, look, the price hold at this area all the time and then hold at this one. See where the candles close. Look at the moving average. The white one, holding the support, boom, big move up. So see how you can make money after the people who bought here make good money, people here make good money, people who bought here and understood what was happening and the price was giving you the targets and the move was coming and now we face resistance and now double top. We have the trend line plus double top. Let's see what we do. So this is a place that you can make as a trader good money with the volatility because even if this was a double top, but even if you buy here and the price holds here and it comes, look, it's 30% moves in volatility. So if this holds and you push higher, you can buy support, stop loss here, leave bids until here, wait for the price to hold when it goes there, be patient and use stop losses and try to push higher. So, and then if it breaks down, we have all these areas for a buy again for the future. For SHIB, remember, look, we touch here 4 hours before the big move up. Look, look, look. On the 4 hours, oversold bounce all the time, bulls defending here, and very easy to understand that the support is here. Look, above all the moving averages, bam, weekly, daily, all giving. Look at the volume coming, bull, 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 big move up, and now double top. Price still above support, and let's see what we do. You can also use fibs to understand where we are on the bull move. Maybe it's better to do it on the weekly. So we can use just the candle, the breakout candle. So more easy to the double top. If we hold here, it's a bull flag, or here. If we range here to try to push higher, if we start closing below here and go to the 50% retracement, we can have consolidation and coming to test these supports below. And let's see. So you need to understand how to play this with the fibs. Okay? See support, support, support on the 50%. We didn't test the support here, so we can even come down here. As long as this holds, there's many options to trade this because there's good volatility here. You can make this trend line as well. And now we are red. Let's see if this holds, this holds, this holds. And let's see if the moving average holds as well. So let's see, because we have a double top, and let's see what Bitcoin does as well. But remember, SHIB is the same as Doge. It will fade down sooner or later. And it's, if you didn't buy the bottom, you need to buy the bottoms and wait for a big move up, sell, and then wait a few years again or a few months, whatever. Okay? This is how these coins work. We had the big pump here, consolidation above the moving average, as you see here, big spike up, come down almost to the low. We came here, I don't know, wait, no we didn't. Okay, so we didn't ever touch this low here, and we find the consolidation a little bit above here. Always, the bulls always defend in this area. When we close above the moving average, big move up. So you wait for the next cycle to do the same. One cycle, two cycles, three cycles, and now you wait for the next cycle to do the same. With SHIB, with Dogecoin, with these meme coins, it's very good for volatility and make money, but you need to understand what they do. Okay? And that's it. Let's see Bitcoin. Yeah, it's holding still the support. So I think we will close green tomorrow. So one more leg up. See, it's holding the line. All right.